We just did a push down, something pushing towards the ground. So now we're going to go with something overhead. I've chosen today the overhead dumbbell extension. Last time I did 80 pounds, but that might have been when I was fresh. But that's fine. I'm going to try the same thing today, especially now that my muscles really filled with blood. I'll probably feel a really good rip in those triceps. So we're going to go 80 for our heavy and then 40 for our light. I'm going to get a good rest in. I'm a big believer that the number of exercises you do for a muscle should be dependent on that muscle size. So for today, my shoulders and my traps, they're pretty big muscle groups. Shoulders are actually one of the larger muscle groups in your, the deltoids are one of the larger muscle groups in your upper body. So I gave it 4 exercises, but my triceps, they're not as big. So I think 2 exercises is probably good for them. And then biceps are incredibly small. They're the smallest muscle group in our body, in our upper body, I should say. And really, I think they only need 1, maybe 2 exercises. If you're sitting there doing 3, 4 exercises for biceps, I'm not sure what you're getting out of it. What that tells me is that for your first exercise and maybe your second exercise, you're not going hard enough. Again, this applies to people not taking stuff. Okay, if you're a natural, then 1 exercise all out is going to crush your biceps. 2 exercises for your triceps is going to destroy them, right? Maybe my shoulders, they might need 3 or 4. My quads, they might need even more. Maybe they need 4 or 5. They're a huge muscle group, right? So not all muscles are created equal as far as how you should tackle them. Okay, I'm going to pop forward here, grab this 80. I like to go seated on these because I really just want to focus on my triceps. And if I'm standing, I'm going to have this kind of variation back and forth in stability. And it's going to make it so that I can't lift as much and I can't focus as much just on my triceps. So I like to go seated. I like to plant myself very firmly against the bench so that I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to go into this diamond or triangle grip as I'm holding the weight. I'm just going to take this to failure. Hopefully I can get 8 out of it. We'll see. Big stretch. Come on, let's get it. And, it's a tough one, this exercise. I probably could have got another half or quarter rep, but there's no way I would have been able to get out of it safely. So I stopped maybe a little short. And this is where working out with a partner can really help, or a trainer, is that when you hit that final rep where you are just struggling, you can have somebody take the weight there and you don't have to, fight and struggle to get that weight forward. That's the value of a personal trainer in those situations, or the value of a workout buddy. But I often don't get that. I'm stacked with clients every day. I work out just when I can, when it's in between clients or at the end of the day. So I don't often get a workout buddy. So there's certain exercises where I just have to be smart about it. And then maybe I'm taking it as close to failure as I can safely. Okay, so just be mindful of those things. For my low set, my high rep set, my low weight set, I'm going to go half the weight, 40. I think last time I hit low 20s with this. So if we can get a mid 20s or a high 20s, that would be the progression I'm looking for. My triceps are already pretty crushed. I've done 3 sets to full failure. I don't think they can take too much more. So again, when I see guys doing, 4 exercises in the gym for triceps, you're just clearly not working hard enough. So I want you to increase how hard you are working and take everything to failure. The best thing about this is I come to the gym, I've got 7 exercises, I'm failing 14 times. That's my goal. Every workout now, I have 7 exercises, I'm failing 14 times. I'm pushing myself to the limit 14 times. Not only is this building strength and size and endurance, but also a lot of mental toughness. And there's something to be said for that, so that if I'm faced with a lot of situations in life, what the things we do in the gym can actually translate to that. So if I can handle that pain here, it makes it a lot easier to handle the pain out there. So something to be said for exercise and mental health and mental toughness. All right, let's hit this set before I rest too long. It's just another set right to failure. Big stretch on this, on these high rep ones. I want to take that muscle into a stretch. I'm trying to keep tension by not going quite all the way at the top. Just all about the triceps. Just trying to push myself here. It's burning. Just don't quit yet. Couple more. Come on. Now on those light sets, going to failure is a lot easier because I'm not near at any point a risky situation where I can definitely take that to where I can't hit another quarter rep, and then I can still move that to the side and get out of that exercise easy. If you're doing your heavy set, that might not be the case. So be careful, be mindful. Light sets are the time to go absolutely all out. You can't do another quarter rep, another eighth rep. You might as well take that to complete failure. Your heavy sets, depending on the exercise, just be careful of those things. All right, check it out. Shoulders are pumped up from those shoulders. My triceps are all pumped up here. They feel absolutely crushed. And that's only 2 exercises. I can't even imagine hitting another one right now. And because I did 4 sets, total failure. Let's go back to the board. We only have 1 exercise left. That's biceps. Like I said earlier, I like to switch it up a lot, but I'm feeling this preacher curl today. I have an awesome preacher curl machine at my gym here at Lionstrong Athletics. And I'm just feeling like going for that big peak motion, bringing that up, hitting that hard squeeze in my biceps. So let's actually grab some water and we're gonna walk over there. Tail end of my workout. I can't remember how long I've been, or when I started, how long I've been lifting for, but it's gotta be like 40, 45 minutes, something like that. I am gonna hit a warm-up set because it's my first set for a muscle group. I just want to make sure that I'm warmed up before I get into a heavy one so I don't get injured. I'm going to set myself up on the bench. I like to press my chest against it and put my elbows locked in here. And that's so I can create a little fulcrum point with my elbow, and I can just focus on bringing that bicep up and releasing it down. I'm going to grab this weight. Bring it up. This is just a warm-up set for me. This isn't too heavy. I can get a nice stretch on that. These machines are built really well to keep tension throughout. Like I still feel tension down here, which is awesome. You don't get that on a lot of exercises for biceps. And I get lots of tension at the top. So I can have this pretty decent range of motion this whole time. Stretching that bicep out under tension. Contracting fully under tension. I'm not going to take this to failure because I just wanted a warm-up set. Get used to the motion, get the blood going through those biceps. So last time I did 95 pounds. I can't remember the reps. That's okay. We're just going to take it to failure. I'll check it later in my app, my Lionstrong app. I'm just going to check what I did last time, add today's, and hopefully I beat it. But either way, even if you don't beat it, just take it to failure. Some days we have days where we're just a little bit off. Maybe we're tired. Maybe last time I hit 12 and this time I hit 10. It's okay. As long as I'm doing the best I can that day. Just take each exercise seriously. All right. One thing to point out on this machine, which is really cool, is that it has rotating handles. So I can potentially do this in a hammer grip or a reverse grip, or I can take this into what I'm doing today in a straight grip. These actually push a little bit past a straight grip. The benefit of that is the full squeeze of your bicep as you're doing a bicep movement is actually with your pinky turned out like that. That's how you get the biggest contraction. This machine actually allows us to do that, which is really cool. And most preacher curl machines or bicep machines always have us faced in, which is comfortable for our wrists, and that's great. But to have that full contraction is actually to turn your wrist out a little bit and get a full squeeze. That's why I picked this machine, why I like it so much, is that I can get an extra squeeze out of it, and that's what we're going to go here. So I'm locked in. I'm going to drive up, squeeze. Nice stretch. Come on. I think I got 9 or 10 good ones there. Either way, I took it right to failure. And I really hopefully forced that myofibrillar growth and gained a little bit of strength through my biceps. It felt really good. For my light set, let's see what I did. Looks like I did 40 pounds. So we're going to set this machine to 40. I'm going to take a quick break, grab some water. For biceps especially, I think that muscular endurance is incredibly overrated. You'll see a lot of people lifting very heavy biceps in the gym, which is great, definitely causes a lot of growth. But doing endurance motions in the gym where you're hitting like 30 reps, I feel like one, it really blows up the biceps. And two, it's relevant to real life because a lot of times maybe I have a kid that I'm holding at home and I'm holding him or her with my arms. And if I don't have any endurance, that makes that activity a lot different. Or maybe I'm trying to carry something, I need to lift something into the next room. If I don't have that endurance, I'm not going to be very capable of accomplishing a task. So that's what we're trying to do with these endurance-based bicep moves. Not only is it great for muscle size, but endurance for biceps is really important because that's what we use the biceps for the most, is holding things, carrying things. Looking good is very important, don't get me wrong, but also being capable is the most important. So let's pop over. I'm going to hit my last set of the day. This is my 14th set to failure, my 7th exercise. It's an all-out. I'm going to take this right to failure. Nice lightweight, big squeeze, big stretch under tension this whole time. I just get to suffocate that muscle. Right now, as I'm contracting, it's releasing byproducts of lactic acid and hydrogen, and it's making my muscle acidic. And that's that burn feeling that I'm already feeling. And my brain is telling me to stop. Or my muscles are telling my brain to stop. And I gotta tell them no. Oh, big burn. I'm just gonna fight through. And I know that once I'm done this exercise, that's it. I'm done for the day. So I might as well push it right to the limit. And it's funny, the second you release that tension, all of it flushes out. And right now my biceps are back to almost normal feeling, other than feeling pumped up, of course. So that's awesome. And personally, I just don't see the need to even hit another bicep right now. They're super pumped up. My shoulders feel good. My tris are good. My buys are good. I'm done for the day. I mean, that probably took me about 45 minutes. I don't need to be in the gym for 2-3 hours. Get in, get out. I've forced failure 14 times, 2 times for each exercise. I've caused myofibrillar growth, sarcoplasmic growth. I've increased my strength. I've increased my endurance. I'm incredibly well-rounded and capable for real life now. And it doesn't help to look decent with your shirt off, which is also just a byproduct of training this way. So this Lion program, I get size, I get endurance, I get strength. I really feel like you get it all with this. Thanks for joining me today on this workout. Again, feel free to follow this same plan if you want to try it out. A shoulders and arms day. Once you're done your workout, make sure you get a lot of rest. That is when we grow the most. So relax, have a great night's sleep, and then of course eat properly. Lots of protein. I like to try to get near a gram per pound of lean body weight. I'm 195, 200-ish right now, so I'm trying to hit that 200 grams a day to make sure my body has a surplus of protein to build. And I personally think you should get lots of carbs as well, because carbs are filling my muscle and promoting that area of growth. So post-exercise, I'm going to go have some sugars, maybe a Gatorade, to fill my muscles back up with all that sugar and glycogen that I just burned off. And I'm going to have a protein shake with my Lionstrong protein, give myself, my muscles, some protein to build off of. And then later tonight, for dinner, make sure to just have a meal full of protein and healthy carbs and some vegetables, maybe some rice or potatoes, followed with some vegetables, whether it's asparagus, broccoli, whatever you like, and then a big piece of meat. Chicken, steak, doesn't really matter too much. I mostly stick with lean stuff, but I'm not gonna be angry if you have steak and salmon, more fatty stuff. You should have plenty of that in your diet. But make sure you get some protein in, get some carbs in. I like to go protein shake because it's quick. I got to move on to my clients. So it's a great way to supplement your protein intake, and a lot of us don't get that in our diet as it is. A lot of people I talk to, they're getting 70 grams a day. That's not enough, not if you want to grow. So it's a good supplement on top of what you're eating already to have protein shakes. So I'm going to go have my Lionstrong. I like the chocolate flavor. I'm going to go down a shake and get ready for my day. Again, thanks for joining me. If you have any comments, please leave them. I can answer any questions you have. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more awesome videos.